Forward! Forward! Forward!
Fall in.
Hey, what's good with you this morning? It's your boy Trey. Y'all know what it is. E2G Sports Network presents First Information Morning Sports Talk. So come on and fall in with your favorite vets on the net as we get to talking about the world of sports as we know it. Of course, if you all about that New England Patriots life, go ahead and tap into the E2G Sports Network, YouTube or Facebook, and check in with the guys at One Patriots Place as they get to talking about what's going on in or around the culture of the New England Patriots. But if not, you can stay right here, tuned in as we get to a variety of things. I'm very sure. You know what? I will give a second, allow everyone to get in before we get to talking about this. Is it anything even to talk about at this point? Last night, I'm very sure all those that donned the red and black, Uga to the day, them UGA fans. I'm very sure throughout the course of the show today, you're going to see it all throughout the course of your social media presence. You're probably going to see it, the memes and all that type of stuff. It was definitely one of those situations where some things unheard of, thought about, talked about. It all brings it back to um, why they continuously see other SEC teams in this thing called the college football playoff. About who's competitive, who's not. Like, I just don't get it. That's why they do what they do with the CFP. And the teams, I'm not going to say the other teams because it's usually some Power 5 conferences have gotten to there. The teams that have gotten there have proven and shown that when it comes to a certain conference, there's just no comparison when it comes to championship football from the college level. Uh, goodness gracious. I mean, what can you say? Uh, when you look at it, the SEC has been dominant when they play. The best games have been when they play one another from the CFP standpoint. Now, in the semifinals, they be going at it. It don't make a difference who it is for the most part in some aspects. Like last year, not so much. Or last season, let's say last season. Last season wasn't really even a contest, I guess you could say, or for the most part, because when you pitted Michigan and Cincinnati in there. What's good, Anthony Price? Morning to you, bruh. Yeah. Yeah. Woo. And the memes and the comments that was going on yesterday, it's like, golly, like for real, like seriously, like. But they were there. In-state is they were there. Everyone's, you know what I was saying? My pastor say everyone's not meant to go where you're going, but in this case, TCU, Texas Christian University, Horned Frogs were one of the last team standings after the season, in which started late August, early September, all the way till early January. They were one of the last teams standing. 4 months of football. In state, they were one of the last team standings. So I'm not going to say that per se, Anthony. I just think it's just a difference. Like in state is when you look at it, and to me, my mind always goes back into that situation of what what has been done or what was going on. So for me, in state is Ohio State. You're the cause for this. Like I remember taking a look at I don't know if y'all remember the let me make sure I get let me so I can get the right name. But I'm gonna take y'all back a little bit. Um but really I feel like Ohio State, you're the cause of this. You're the cause for that. But let me see, let me make sure I get the name right, fam. Um let me see. Oh what 1 second. Bear with me for a second. Where is it at? 1 second. Corey Brewer, right? Remember Corey Brewer. So Laker, Derek Fisher. Remember the dunk. Derek Fisher got dunked on, right? Got dunked on by Corey Brewer. Remember Corey Brewer was going, grabbed the ball as going out of bounds, threw it around his back, and came back in and caught a body on Derek Fisher. So if you go back and look at that clip, it was because of Derek. It was because of. It wasn't because Derek Fisher was lacking or anything like that. If you go back and look at that clip, it was because of the defense in which Kobe Bryant played on Corey Brewer, that he didn't hustle, he didn't get out there, he didn't try to cut their Corey Brewer off or anything. He lackadaisical defense is what caused that. And Derek Fisher was in the paint when Corey Brewer decided to rain down his fury upon that man and embarrass him. So in this same scenario, Ohio State, you are the cause of what happened to TCU. Had you took care of what you were supposed to take care of in your semifinal game, in which you had Georgia in your scope, in your crosshairs, it could have finished them, and we would have never seen this annihilation or the fury rain down upon. I feel like I was watching a Marvel movie. And remember in Endgame when Thanos was getting pummeled, or he was Scarlet Witch was doing what she had to do, and she was tearing him apart, and he had no answer for what was going on. Remember that? And he was like rain fire, and they was like sire their troops, and he's like I don't care, rain fire. That's what just happened to TCU. That's exactly what just happened. Good morning, Jackie. Glad to see information this morning. Good morning to you. I hope your morning is going graciously. That is what you just witnessed. That is what I feel like you witnessed. It came across. That was a complete annihilation, and very unfortunate for um, TCU. But in state, they were there. That's the in state. They were there. If you look at it, Max Dugan, 14 for 22, 152 yards passing. Two interceptions, no touchdowns for him. He had a good year. He just can you say he ran up against a buzzsaw? I mean, you know what? Let's keep it perspective, right? TCU did lose their championship. They wasn't even the Big 12 conference champions. That's the perspective to keep. They weren't even the Big 12 conference champions. Coach Paris, what's good with you? I see you a lot, brother. But do you even think that'll make a difference? Like, it would put an opportunity to get because it's football. Anything, any given day for the most part. Any given day. So still, even with a 12-team new playoff system that's due in a year or two, would that even make a difference in this? It gave us some exciting football without a doubt. But isn't it possible to still have a same type of outcome? Because you might have a team that catches a powerhouse slipping on a particular day. You might have a situation where you have a blowout on a particular day, or you may not. You may just it happens, but it's definitely one of those. Yeah, yeah. Well, because a team like this would not. Okay, I get what you're saying. You're going to more so on the fact of teams. Yeah, someone might you can catch, let's say, Alabama uh, against Tulane. Might catch Alabama slipping that one game, but you're not going to continue to see Tulane catch additional teams slipping to where they get in the national championship and get mercy ruled. Basically, I get that. That's definitely, but it's definitely one of those things. Like when you look at it, TCU didn't, like I said, TCU didn't win the national champ, didn't win their conference championship. So it's not even about like Coach Paris and Anthony Price are saying. Maybe it's not even about fixing the playoff system. Maybe it's about the ranking system as well. How these teams get selected to get into this to get in there. If you go with conference champions, you know what I'm saying? In state is it didn't TCU didn't win the national champ, didn't win their conference. So they got in because they were a team that was dominant. They was elected to get in because USC lost. Ohio State was afforded the opportunity to get in as well. TCU lost, but they let them in because they had less wins, less losses than Clemson and um, and Alabama. This year, would Alabama have been a formidable opponent? Would Clemson have been a formidable opponent? As you look at it, it's just one of those things. I don't know. And it's going on. Let me see. Russian Amari DeMarcado, 14 carries for 59 yards. Max Dugan, 10 carries for a negative and 38 yards. They was on him. All that stuff in which we talked about, myself and Bishop talked about yesterday on the show, is like that was so far gone. Dugan did have a rushing touchdown. He did have the long touchdown for the Horned Frogs. Um, Complete and utter annihilation when you look at it. Darius Davis, 5 receptions for 101 yards. Blair Conwright, and that's even that. One receiver had 101 of the 152 yards in which Max Dugan was throwing. So basically, Darius Davis is the only player that came to play. Blair Conwright, one reception for 15 yards. Jared Wiley, 2 for 14. Aquarius Spivey, 1 for 10. And then you had a onesies and twosies. Corey Wren, 1 yard, one reception, 1 yard. Emmanuel Bailey, 1 reception, 2 yards. Quentin Johnson, 1 reception, 3 yards. Tay Barber, 1 reception, 8 yards. And when you look at the tail of the tape, it was said that the the wide receiver core for the Horned Frogs was better. The quarterback play for the Horned Frogs were better. the running back for the Georgia Bulldogs was perceived to be better. Um, Special teams for the Horned Frogs was perceived to be better. Um, what do you say? I mean, no, I think Sonny Jackson's like, you know what? It's not God. We got a full half. We could go out there and do exactly what they did. Let's do this. And, gave to them what he thought was going to be the keys to success, at least getting back in the position to where it doesn't look like that they're not trying. But, oh my goodness. Let's look at Georgia's stats, of course. Stetson Bennett, 18 for 25. 304 yards passing, 4 touchdowns, not a single interception. Carson Beck, two receptions, 2 for 3 passing, 31 yards. Uh, Kenny McIntosh, 8 carries for 50 yards. Branson Robinson, 7 carries for 42 yards and 2 touchdowns. Stetson Bennett, 3 carries, 39 yards, 2 touchdowns. Savion Clark, 5 carries, 35 yards. Kendall Milton, 3 carries, 10 carries, 33 yards, and a touchdown. Dewan Edwards, 5 carries, 30 yards. Brock Bowers, the monster, 2 carries, 15 yards. Ladd McConkey, 1 carry. I mean, 1 carry, 14 yards. Brock Bowers, like I said, the monster from a tight end's position. If this man was to go to the pros and declare himself for the NFL this year, came onto the scene last year as a true freshman, showed who he is this season. Brock Bowers, 7 receptions, 152 yards receiving, 1 touchdown. Ladd McConkey, 5 receptions, 88 yards, 2 touchdowns. Adonai, 1 reception. Mitchell, 1 reception, 22 yards, 1 touchdown. Darnell Washington, 1 reception, 28 yards. It just goes on. That defense, the Georgia defense, was it like, do you really get dominated that hard? And I even said what the final score was. I'm very sure if you watched the game last night, the final score, you've seen it. In state is, if you didn't watch the score, the final score was 65-7 for the 15-0 University of Georgia, back to back for the first time in the CFP era champions, University of Georgia Bulldogs. So what we have to talk, and I hear y'all all talk about, of course, saying that TCU can't, TCU can't, TCU can't. In state, when it comes down to reality perspective, is it wasn't their day, it wasn't their night. All the lead up, a week of preparation for Georgia to really see and expose. Maybe it was Kansas State that exposed TCU, right? Maybe it was Kansas State that exposed TCU. They had the recipe. They gave the blueprint, or they had the recipe, like cooks, right? Cook in the military cook. We have recipe cards in which we have to follow. We're supposed to follow the recipe card to the T. So that way, for a plethora of reasons, but we follow the recipe card. However, if you want to do something to enhance said recipe, all you have to do is record what you utilize as an enhancement, just in case that is something in which someone wants to come back and be like, you know what, I want that same flavor, right? That same taste. I want that. So if you add half a cup of sugar, 2/3 teaspoons of cumin, whatever it is that you're adding to said recipe, if it is good, you can go back and be like, all right, this is what I added. So the next person can potentially see it and it gets annotated as an annex and it goes in and you can be like, okay, this is what I want to, next time we have this recipe, I want to use this. Or on the flip side of it, this is what we don't want to do. Or, to fine tune. That's how, stuff get found out. You kind of play with it. Kansas State showed that recipe. Georgia, of course, presumably seen already as a dominant force, was able to come in and be like, you know what, we're going to do this, or we have the personnel. We ain't got to change it. We're just going to make it better because our name is better. We're going to do the same exact thing that Kansas State did. We're just going to make it better because our name is better. Our brand is better. And they went in and took care of business. It wasn't, I'm not going to say it wasn't a contest. I'm very sure TCU had all intentions when they went in there. I'm very sure Georgia had all intentions. Of course, in this case, it looked like their intentions was bad. Because in-state was, you know what, I'm not going to sit up and even hold you. I would have continued to run the bill up. Like, if you can't stop us, it's not my problem. You shouldn't have been here. Like they said, leave no doubt. And that's what Georgia did. Left no doubt. In-state is they left no doubt that TCU was not a formidable opponent in this situation. I'll go back and maybe I'm happy that USC didn't make it. Then I would have to sit through. What's good, Key? Good morning. Good morning. What's good? What's good? How you glad to see you formation this morning? Uh, Donovan with the eyes. Georgia 2, Ohio State. Georgia 1, Ohio State 2, Alabama 3, USC 4 for next season. I'm glad maybe that USC didn't get there. To sit and watch that last night and say, watch my Trojans have been annihilated and conquered like they were at the Battle of Troy. Nah, we good, fam. We not gonna go through that. It just wasn't like everyone said. The games were played. The championship games was played before. The championship game was played before the championship, or the semifinals was going to be those games that were the good ones, and it probably was going to be exactly what it was last night. It be like that sometimes, Key, and it was, and I only caught the last the quarter and a half. I mean the portion of the third because I was out. And so when I came back, I kind of could see the game, but I couldn't see it from. I was only barely able to see it from the distance, and the TV wasn't huge, so I was only able to see it from the distance. So I could look up every so often. And of course, you could tell how people were interacting, so you could see that Georgia was handling the business. And then when I got home and see the score, I was like, "Bro, come on!" And then I just continued to watch the game. I was like, "This is getting out of hand." And my man Dugan was on the run. He was being chased. Uh, it was. Oh, what do you say at this point? What is it that you can say? Good year, Georgia, for the Bulldogs. The blasphemy of myself and Bishop and everyone else that was riding the TCU train. Key, Anthony. How dare we? I guess we can say at the end of this in the state. So I asked this question, right? For those out there viewing stuff, what do you think about Stetson Bennett? Do you foresee or see Stetson Bennett? Is he a? Do you see Stetson Bennett? Of course, he's a senior, so that was his last year. He went out with a bang. First player, first quarterback, back to back in the CFP era. So let's talk about this Stetson Bennett guy for a second. Stetson Bennett, of course, we know he had no scholarship offer coming out of high school. He was a walk-on at Georgia initially, University of Georgia initially. Wasn't going good, so he left and transferred and went to play for it at a JUCO. He later transferred back from said JUCO, uh, in which he finishes out his career at Georgia, 32 games played, 29-3 lifetime as a starter, 2 national championships, back to back, back to back championships, twice a Heisman finalist, runner up. Now the Georgia single season passing record. In my opinion, that is stuff that is reminiscent of what's his name, Joe Burrow in a sense. Although his wasn't a just the LSU single season, he was a college football single season, I believe. But So I see Key said he could be a serviceable QB in the NFL. We all know he's older than most rookies that's going to be going in. Hell, he's older than 5 of the starting quarterbacks in the playoffs in the NFL this season. Him and Lamar Jackson are the same age, and Lamar Jackson already has 5 years in the NFL as a professional, and Stetson Bennett's going to be going as a professional. I mean, just going there. Will be a rookie potentially next year. Yeah, 25 years old. So, where do you see him potentially? Like, if you were a GM and you have a 2-time college football champion, 2-time Heisman Trophy finalist on the board, and you're a quarterback and you need a quarterback, are you picking Stetson Bennett to be your starting quarterback, to be your franchise quarterback, or are you picking him, to sit your bench and learn, or are you picking him at all? Like, what is that going to show for Stetson Bennett? Even Max Duggan. Wow, when is Max Duggan? what what was Max Duggan? Mm, 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 mm. BK, have it your way. So Max Dugan, he's a senior too. So he'll be potential. So is he going to be looked at for to run somebody's team, or maybe not? Like Dugan could be, or does he? Is he one of those people that could be converted? Um, you would take Max or Stetson. You'll pull him up in Philly. You Philly, Keith. You have him set behind Minshew and Hurts. Oh, you think Max will go before Bennett? Oh, I don't know. Will he? I mean, they're definitely different intangibles. Tangibles, I mean. So maybe, I don't know. Dugan on the year, 3,600, 98 yards passing, 32 touchdowns, 8 interceptions. Yeah, I like Max too. Rico can go. They're both a third round QBs, maybe late second round. I don't know, Donovan. I think it depends on who you're looking at drafting. Like, who says they need a quarterback, or who needs a quarterback, and put them in the system, or do they see them as certain people that's already in their systems? Like, we can develop them. Are there any quarterback needy teams when you think about it? Ultimately, I mean, some of them might be the wool over his high. So, like we talked about yesterday, instead of went back and forth and in reference to how the Houston Texans disengaged and fired Lovie Smith after 1 year, and how you need time to develop an organization or develop your plan to be formidable in this league. That's the same thing when you come to a quarterback, I would think, in any aspect. So are uh, players like Davis Mills, Zach Wilson, are they going to be given opportunity and time? Ideally, we think there's going to be because, like you said, you got Stetson Bennett, Bryce Young, Max Duggan coming out. That definitely know that they're coming out. Um, are they going to be seen as a top tier quarterback, or say formidable quarterback to take over these guys who's been pros already and push that? Then you have some people, like some of these people might be, or you got you got Ritter that's in Atlanta. Is he going to be an opportunity to get it, or you got are they going to bring Ryan Tannehill back in Tennessee, or continue to play with, they got Malik Willis, but Malik Willis didn't get her opportunity. They said he wasn't ready. They went and got Joshua Dobbs. Just Joshua Dobbs maybe get signed on to stay additional and even one compete against or do they think they may have what they need in Joshua Jobs and draft somebody after that? Like it's so many things. So maybe y'all are on something. Potentially, maybe there is something to be said about those like Dugan and Stinson and of course Bryce Young and some of the others that are due to come out. And then of course you have other things where you got people that are expected to move on, and which that's of course the same thing. Dobbs over Dobbs over Willis. And I wonder, is that a development thing? Can potentially Malik Willis be a good quarterback, or is he just was he just a college quarterback? And in the system in which he was in, that got him the payday that he has now in the NFL. Donovan says Denver, Houston, Indianapolis, Carolina, New Orleans, Las Vegas, New York, Jets all need quarterbacks. So Denver, I think Denver's good actually. It would be helpful for them to have a backup for Russell Wilson, but I think Russell Wilson is going to probably flourish a little more than we thought. Um, they won a couple of games after the fact. It might have been a situation to where it wasn't the best, but even in that, I don't know if there's. I know they say it's a QB laden draft, but I don't even believe that honestly when it comes down to it. When you're looking at it, so it remains to be seen. Of course, in my opinion, you know, what I'm saying I'm not the say all be all. It's not like it's like oh Trey said, so we're not going. But you know, what I'm saying it's just one of those things. But in any case, back to this, the national championship game, it's gotta. And it going back to what we was talking about earlier with Coach Daniels and Anthony, it's got they got to change the selection process. Like TCU for semi game purposes, I great for TV. Gotta change. Got to change the selection process for who gets into the CFP or who those top teams are. I know they're gonna have to probably change it or tweak it a little bit to to fix the for the 12 man teams, but they got to do something. They have more less margin of error when it comes down to a 12-man team being selected, because now it's left a chance if you just put certain people in, like you're not going to put in all people that's just going to get ran through by one particular team, but they got to do something to fix that. If they not do it for another 2 years, I know they're trying to get it 2005, 2000. So this season coming up, and maybe next year coming up, we're gonna probably see some of the same stuff. But this 14, it makes for good TV. But when it comes down to the competition level and maybe ratings and all that type of stuff, like I'm very sure people start cutting off, except for Georgia fans that probably start turning onto the droves. Excuse me, I'm sorry. That start cutting onto the droves, so it's no telling at that point. So I'm like, unfortunate, 65-7, and they probably could have ran up another. They probably could have got 72 or 79 to finish out. Um, but in state, as I continue to say, they were there. In state, they were there. They may not have did anything when they was there, but they was there. They are able to say. They are able to say I played in the college. Their players are able to say I played in the college football championship game. What's good? Standing good morning, brother. Glad to see you for much this morning. How you doing, fam? Uh, moving on. NBA. NBA action. Uh, last night, what we had going on last night. 6 games last night. Top teams in action, a few teams in action. Good showings. 6 teams plays last 6 games, 12 teams playing last night. First off, the New Orleans Pelicans traveled to Washington to take on the Washington Wizards in their home stadium. Just after the stadium was converted back from the PBC's boxing tournament, as I know, Gervonta Davis defeated Louis Hector Garcia in the ninth round to retain his belt. I don't know if he gets the draft right system. Uh, the Wizards, led by Kristaps Porzingis, third, 23 points, 10 rebounds, and 1 assist. 19 points from Kyle Kuzma, 8 rebounds and 2 assists. Um, gave the man the business. It wasn't the business, really, Andre. I mean, he got worked over, but I think it was. I just think he wasn't as safe as he thought he was in state. Um, Daniel Gafford, 13 points, 4 rebounds, 2 assists, 13 points, 1 rebound, 9 assists from Monte Morris, 17 points, 5 rebounds, 1 assist from Corey Kispert, 9 points, 3 rebounds, 1 assist. 4 players, 4 points, Taj Gibson, Dayline Wright, Jordan Goodwin, and Avidij Dija. Anthony Gill, 2 points. For the Pelicans, 34 points, 5 rebounds, 1 assist from CJ McCollum, 27 points, 12 rebounds, 1 assist from Jonas Valanciunas, 18 points, 3 rebounds, 4 assists, Najee Marshall, 11 points from Devontae Graham, 10 points from Jose Alvarado, 6 points apiece, Trey Murphy and Larry Nance Jr., and 4 points from Dyson Daniels as the Pelicans get their first win in Washington since being the Charlotte Hornets with the score of 132 to 112. With the win, the Pelicans moved to 25-16 on the night on the year. The Washington Wizards dropped to 24. Unfortunately, the Bucks played as well last night. Continue their I would say their slot. Continue to keep themselves in good position, getting a 111 to 107 win over the Knicks. Julius Randle's led the correction. Jalen Bronson led the side. Scores 44 points, 7 rebounds, 4 assists on the night, 25 points, 16 rebounds, 5 assists from Julius Randle with the double-double. Emmanuel quickly contributed 23 points, 4 rebounds, 3 points apiece from Evan Fournier and Miles McBride. That's funny. We was just talking about Evan Fournier the other day. Open Topper contributed with 3 points in 8 minutes of play. 4 points, 8 rebounds, 1 assist from Quentin Grimes, and 2 points, 8 rebounds, 3 assists from Mark Mitchell Robinson. For the Bucks, Giannis Antetokounmpo, a double-double, 22 points, 10 rebounds, 5 assists, 17 points apiece from Brooke Lopez and Joe Ingles. Joe Ingles, 3 rebounds, 5 assists. Brooks, 7 rebounds and 2 assists. 15 points, 5 rebounds, 9 assists from Drew Holiday. Grayson Allen, 11 points, 3 rebounds. 10 points from Bobby Portis, 3 rebounds to go along. 8 points from Mojon Borkamp. Pat Condon, 11 points, 11 rebounds, 4 assists. As again stated, the Bucks edge out the Knicks 111 to 107. With that, 26-14 for the Bucks, 22-19 for the Knicks. Just a little bump in the road for them as they continue to jostle and fight for the top spots in the division in their conference. The Bulls faced off against yet again with the Boston Celtics as the Boston Celtics look to be victorious in this one. Getting back, the Bulls was led by Zach LaVine's 27 points, 7 rebounds, 6 assists. We know the trade deadline is getting closer and closer. We really haven't seen anything. I wonder if it's going to come down to the last couple of weeks in which they're going to talk about having the engagement. Nikola Vucevic, 21 points, 13 rebounds, 1 assist. 10 points, 2 rebounds, 1 assist from Patrick Williams. 13 points, 3 rebounds, 3 assists. DeMar DeRozan. Besides that, that's all they had as far as double-figure scores. 6 points apiece from Ayan Damansu and Alex Caruso. 6 points from Andre Drummond. 9 rebounds to go along. 4 from Derrick Jones with the 1 rebound, 1 assist. Kobe White, 3 points. And then, of course, for the Celtics, led by Jason Taylor's 32 points, 8 rebounds, 7 assists, 20 points, 8 rebounds, 1 assist from Grant Hill, 19 points, 5 rebounds, 3 assists from Jaylen Brown, 8 points from Al Horford and Robert Williamson, 6.7 rebounds and 2 assists as the Bulls fall to the Boston Celtics 107-99. Celtics improved 29-12 on the year. Both Bulls fall to 19-22. What's going on, bro?
What's good? WGO. What's going on? What's going on, Key? How you doing? Good morning. TD, I see you. Bishop saying Nets. Keep saying Nets, and now KD's out for a month. No more Nets. Oh no, it's still Nets, man. We all right. We was on the 12-game winning streak before we lost the game. We straight, man. We good. It's okay.
What's good, Kenneth? What's going on, sis?
It's okay. It's okay. Just like it's okay. It's okay.
I was about to say, it ain't okay for everybody.
It's okay. It got thrashed. It is what it is.
We win to play another game.
They win the.
No one died.
They win to disband that damn team because that was horrific. To get 61 points. That is the biggest. That is the 65. biggest margin of win in a national championship game in college football history. That is ridiculous. TCU, y'all need y'all behind whipped. I mean, never mind. Y'all got that. That was obviously done.
It was one. You know what? It was one of those situations like when you went out and you fought and you get your behind beat and your mom be like, "Did you?"
Your face.
It's like your mom be like, "Did you do anything?" And it's like, "You better go back out there, or I'm going to whoop you." So now you done sit up and you like, "I'm not going back out there." So now your mom got to beat you too.
Yeah, like what was it on Raising Kanan? Remember when Raising Kanan, the very opening scene, the very episode when Raising Kanan got jumped, and he runs home crying. Mama said, "What's wrong with you?" "They jumped me." She said, "What? You better get your butt back out there and handle them little boys." TCU can't handle nothing. I thought they would at least come back after half and try and do something. These boys didn't do nothing. Nothing, y'all. Nothing. You know that's from Remember the Titans. We ain't did nothing, y'all. Nothing. Man, that's an embarrassment, bro. That was embarrassing. I can't, man. They didn't even represent for the Big 12, man. That was embarrassing.
No, they did. They did.
No, they didn't. No, they didn't. No, they did not. No, they did not.
You know what? I had just sit up and talked to them, bro. They didn't even win the Big 12 championship.
No, they didn't. They did not represent, bro. They did not. I will say this, bro. So I know I got on Trey about a guy by the name of, I really don't want to say his name. Just say CW. Winning the Heisman Trophy. And I said he didn't deserve it. Felt like Max Duggan probably should have won. Well, after that disastrous night of play, and I don't even blame Max. To be honest, I don't blame Max.
No, that was Max's fault.
Y'all remember that? No, it wasn't. No one. Y'all remember that? Y'all remember that old spiritual hymn? Running for my life. I'm running for my life. I'm running for my life. I'm running for my life. Max Duggan was doing that. Oh, at one point he just got funny. He was like, "Damn, will y'all please do put something on these?" And bruh, I did not know Bennett was that fast. I can't wait to see the combine. That boy got some burn. Bennett can run. He got some speed.
Now,
I didn't know he was that fast.
you got to take into consideration. Bennett's muscles are a lot more developed than those because he's 5 to 6 years older than some of the players he's up against. So his muscles are developed fully. So
it definitely shows because that dude, he took off one time. I mean, they had an all-out, well, wasn't an all-out blitz, but they had a blitz coming, and boy was coming full speed at him. He took off, and I don't know. I think it was a linebacker was not making ground up on Bennett. I was like, man, he is fast. I said, I cannot wait to the combine to see what his 40 time is, or whether if he does the combine or if he does, work out at Georgia. Oh wait, is he? Oh yeah, he definitely. You said he's 27 years old.
Yeah, he's a senior.
So I'm sure that was his last season.
Him and Max Dugan, both seniors. Okay. But so to go back even to what you were saying, like Dugan, like technically the Heisman Trophy is a regular season award, and then this is postseason. So to defend that, but it's just one game, and then this one game.
We'll take him too, Don. We'll take him as a backup. He way better than what you call. Bro, to be honest, bro, when I was watching that game, right. I'm gonna be completely honest, bro. They were no match. TCU was no match for Alabama. Them boys fly to the ball. Fly. When I say fly, they fly to the ball. Like somebody even said it. It was like, I think it was Hurt, actually. He said Georgia came to play college football. TCU came to play the All-American football game, high school. Cause bruh, like it wasn't close. Like 61 points, 65 points. The second string comes in and scores. The second string, Trey. The second string, they ain't even trying to score. They just want to put they are. Don't get me wrong, they are. Because they want to put, numbers in the books and say they scored during a national championship. But come on, man. And you can't even score on the second string. Bro. That was an embarrassment. I'm not going to lie, bro. That wasn't even worth watching. That was a waste of college football fans' time. That was a waste of college football. Only people that got any enjoyment out of that was Georgia Bulldog fans. That's it. That's it. Yeah, they scored twice, back to back. Yeah, that part. Understand? That part. Nobody got any enjoyment out of that unless you was a Georgia Bulldog. You should be ashamed of yourselves. That's why we leaving the Big 12. We got to go. We're going to the SEC.
I was just thinking, goodness gracious. I was like, we're not going to be getting grace with any of the Georgia fans. Just as I think it, here comes one.
He said, Trey, bring it.
And you know what? It's that part, because it's not like I was the only person over here that was sitting and had, but I'm the one that get poked in the eye talking about. You remember all that you was talking yesterday? You remember all that you was talking yesterday? I get poked in the eye. Goodness gracious! You know what, DJ? Like I said earlier in the show, I was like, but I called everybody out. I was like, me, you got the mic. You say punch that one in the mouth, and everyone else gonna fall in. I was like, bro. You know what? All the audacity. I was like, me, Bishop, Anthony, Key had all that to say about on the TCU train, and but yeah, I'm the one that gets swung on. It's like,
Oh my
goodness!
Ain't nothing I can say, bro. I did. I was
They came in. It's like they called him, like you. It's like they showed him the clip. Like, you hear what these dudes are saying,
bro. It was bad, man. Because Hurt called me, and I was like, man. At one point in the game, Stetson Bennett had thrown more touchdowns than TCU had first downs. At one point in the game, Stetson Bennett had thrown more touchdowns. Y'all let that sink in. Had thrown more touchdowns than TCU had first downs. Come on, man. Y'all know that segment on NFL on Sunday? Come on, man. I know they finna. I know this. I know this upcoming Sunday. I know they're gonna have. I know they're gonna have a segment from this national championship talking about. Come on, man. I know they are, bro. And then the tight end. Who is this dude?
Brock Bowers.
Brock
Bowers.
Dude, you can't.
He's ready,
bro.
He's ready.
He's ready. The next Jason Kelsey. He is. I mean, Travis. I'm sorry. He's the next Travis. Jason is a sin. I'm sorry. He's the next Travis Kelsey. The next
George Kittle.
George Kittle. That boy is the truth.
He's a trouble. He's a problem.
Truth.
And then they got a 6'7" center tight end as well. Like,
yes. Yeah. He caught one too yesterday. They were like, hey,
wide open.
You get a touchdown. You get a touchdown.
You get a touchdown. You get a touchdown.
Like
they was throwing touchdown. They was bringing, hey, can you play a catch? Come on. You get a touchdown.
Come on, you want a touchdown? On the field. We got you. Stetson, he ran for 2. He was like, everybody get a touchdown. Who else want one? Like, come on, bro. I mean, Bowers, y'all better watch him. Y'all better watch him.
I see somewhere where someone brought up and saying because he's only a sophomore. That was a sophomore year.
That's the problem.
But he could come out this year. I doubt he would. I wouldn't.
Problem. He's only a sophomore, bro. That's a problem.
He showed up last year. That's like
I know. As a true freshman, he's a problem.
So he's a problem. A huge problem. But if you would think and you gotta think he's a tight end, a go-to tight end in the Georgia offense,
bro. Like, and when I say he's a go-to, like Stetson was like, I'm just throwing it over there. He gonna get it. I ain't worried about if it's offered. I'm throwing it in his direction. He gonna make a play, and that's exactly what he did. That's exactly what he did. That boy is the truth. He said, "I'll take his fair for him to be paying college football at 25." He did. Bowers had I don't forget his full numbers, but at one point he had like 5 catches for 100-something yards.
Yeah, that's what he did. He finished 7.
He didn't catch no more after the second half.
He didn't catch no more.
No, he caught one at the very. Yes, he did. He caught the very first pass in the second half. As a matter of fact, a big one. He did. He caught one.
Yeah, because it wasn't a big one. He turned it into a big one.
He turned it into a big one. Yeah,
he caught it at like the 5. He got it on like a 5-yard out pass. And he turned the corner with Rumble. Yeah,
like 30 yards. Yeah. He caught one. I think that was the last one he caught. And then they was like, "Oh, well, you got enough numbers. Come on, let's go put the 6-7 in. Why not?"
Yeah, put my man. He's like, "Okay,
give him some burn."
You're probably gonna leave us this. You're probably gonna leave us anyway.
Didn't Bowers have 2 touchdowns?
Yes, he had 105 yards, 5 receptions, or 7 receptions, 105 yards, and 2 touchdowns.
Jesus.
And the last touchdown, he lost my man.
As a tight end, not a wide receiver, a tight end. You let a tight end destroy y'all.
I mean, you got to think it's happened before. There's plenty of games because remember when O.J. Howard destroyed. I don't remember who Alabama paid. O.J. Howard destroyed somebody, and like people don't watch these. Like Anthony said, where do they get these players from?
I don't know, bro. But like Trey said, he was killing it last year. Bowers was killing. He was the talk last year. He really was, and he's coming into himself. He's like he said.
I wonder does he declare in the next couple of days? Do we hear he declare himself, or he's going to come back?
We gonna hear soon. I mean, don't get me in the TCU. Like, don't get me wrong, man. The TCU
they had backup linebackers coming in getting sacks,
bro. It was
freshman. Bad. They had one point they might have had a whole freshman squad on the team.
That part
on the field.
That part. Like, I've never seen a game dominated like as bad as that. I've like in college. That was a domination. They dominated. They didn't just run. They dominated. Like when I say it was like they was playing a high school team. It like that's no exaggeration. They made TCU feel like look, y'all go back. Y'all got class tomorrow. You know, go talk to your teachers and see if y'all if y'all can make prom and stuff like that. Like zero wideouts. We are simple, run offensive, and throw the ball to tight end play. That part, bro. That part, like y'all wide receivers was dropping balls. Bowers was like, well, don't throw it to him no more. Throw it to
Hold my
me.
beard.
Yeah, don't throw it to him
Well,
no more.
Conkley was getting.
Conkley did.
He had 2 touchdowns.
Yeah, he
So
did.
what? No, Bow. So it was Conkley had 2 touchdowns. Bauer had 1 touchdown. So
No,
Conkley
Bauer had 2, bro. He had one long one. He had one long one at the very beginning when he was wide open, and then he like you said, he mauled somebody in the end zone. He caught 2. That dude caught 2, bro, because he caught one wide where he was wide open, wasn't nobody 15 yards of him. I think that was their very first touchdown, and then they threw one where a dude was on him, and he basically played box out on him.
Yeah, he ran. He got the step on him and beat him to the corner and beat him to the front of the end zone, and he was too far behind.
Yep, that one. That's the 2 he got.
Bowers is a problem. He's definitely a problem.
He is.
So I see someone with
he is going. Somebody gonna get something with him, bro.
Well, I guess it depends on what offense he goes with because he's more of a receiving tight end. So it depends. I know someone was talking about him and Dak. Can you see him and Dak Prescott connecting?
Why they everybody trying to put him on the Cowboys already? Man, Dak need to learn how to stop throwing interceptions first. He can't learn to throw the Bowers if he can't stop throwing interceptions. Let's do that first. They come from these country hick towns. They aren't known for anything but their high school football team. No one knows them until they start being recruited by Alabama or Georgia. I hear you. I truly, truly hear you. Brock Bowers, remember that name. That boy is gonna be something. I'm telling you, as long as he can stay healthy, he's gonna be that dude. He's the next Travis Kelce, George Kittles, Mark Andrews. Just know.
If his trajectory stays what it is, he's gonna put it to where it's not gonna even be I'm the next Brock Bowers. People are me.
That part.
Yeah, he's pretty nice. 6'4",
probably 230, 240, easy.
230, 230 exactly.
Easy, bro. That's prototypical right there.
And guess where he from Napa, California.
Napa,
California.
I didn't even know. I ain't never even heard of Napa, California.
That's the winery district of California.
What size are the schools out there?
High
schools. Like
yeah. So that means someone did their homework.
Absolutely. Somebody went out there and actually watched him.
It's like, hey, this kid in California tight end.
Especially to go all the way to Georgia. He went from all the way to west.
That means they had to have looked for him.
They had to. Somebody said somebody did their homework. Somebody definitely did their homework, bro. To find him out in Cali, especially when he in Cali and nobody from Cali picked him up.
USC ain't pick him up, or something.
That's what I'm saying. Somebody
or
did.
It could have been, or maybe they did. He probably didn't get. He probably decided like, no, I'm gonna go ahead and go. And you got to think at that time, USC. If he's just a freshman, if he was a freshman last year, at that time, USC wasn't hitting on anything.
Right. Well, because
they were still recovering. They were still recovering from the death penalty.
Yeah. Man, shouts out to the Georgia Bulldogs, man, on winning a back-to-back first college team since the
CFP era.
CFP era to win back-to-back national championships. Alabama has been, but they never won back-to-back since not in the CFP. So, shouts out to Georgia fans. Y'all said it was gonna happen, but dang it, I didn't know it was gonna be like that. Good God.
Additionally, continue with the rest of those 6 games which we was just talking about in the NBA. The Orlando Magic faced off against the Sacramento Kings. We know the Sacramento Kings has been a hot team lately. They did fall the other day. Seems like they got back on track, getting the 136-111 win over the Orlando Magic. In the loss, the Magic was led by, it wasn't too bad, 6 players in double digits, led by Paolo Banchero, 17 points, 8 rebounds, 4 assists. 16 points apiece from Markel Fultz and Franz Wagner. Franz is back. No, was it
Yes.
Mo? Or was it Mo Wagner? Which one of them got pushed in the back? Oh, it was Franz. No, it was Mo. Mo was back too. He scored 12 points, 6 rebounds, and 2 assists. Franz, 16 points, 2 rebounds, 1 assist. Markel Fultz, 16 points, 2 rebounds, 5 assists. Wendell Carter, 15 points, 7 rebounds, 3 assists. 14 points, 4 rebounds for Jalen Suggs. Wagner, like he said, 12 points, 6 rebounds, 2 assists. Uh, but of course, it wasn't enough for the Kings. 30 points from Harrison Barnes, 11 with 1 rebound, 1 assist, 14 points apiece from Kevin Huerter and Malik Monk, 15 points Keegan Murray, Demonis Sabonis, 12 points, 10 rebounds, 8 assists, just 2 assists short of a triple double. And Darren Fox, 11 points, 2 rebounds, 9 assists. As like you said, Sacramento gets the win, 21-18 on the year. Orlando falls to 15-18 in theirs. Additionally, the San Antonio Spurs played against the Memphis Grizzlies, which pitted brother against brother as point guards. Trey Jones and Tyus Jones faced each other for the first time as starting competitors. But of course, that's where it really ended. Memphis gets the win 121-113. Trey Jones, 18 points, 4 rebounds, 7 assists on the night. 16 points from Josh Richardson, 5 rebounds, 5 assists, 13.7 rebounds, 2 assists from Yaka Patel, 10 points from Bates Diop. Jeremy Sokan with 7 points, 5 rebounds, and 2 assists. Malachi Branham, 12 points, 2 rebounds, and 1 assist. Doug McDermott, 9 points, as well as Zach Collins with 9 points on the night. Stanley Johnson, 6 points. The Grizzlies in the win, of course, led by Tyus Jones, 24 points, 3 rebounds, and 6 assists on the night. 13 and 15 for Steven Adams with a double-double. 15 points, 5 rebounds, 3 assists from Dylan Brooks. 16 points from Jared Jackson Jr. In the night, of course, was lacking Ja Morant. 13 points, 3 rebounds from Tanta Adamon, Zaire Williams, 7 points, 15 points, 2 rebounds for Desmond Bain. As the Grizzlies get the score, get the 27-13 on the year. San Antonio drops to 13-28. And lastly, the Lakers and the Denver Nuggets. LA is there. They're getting there. But of course, they can't do it without LeBron and AD, as LeBron sat out last night with an ankle injury. What's that supposed to mean? He's 38 years old, man. Give him a couple some slack.
Tom Brady's 40-something. 41. You waiting. Full contact sport.
He gets protected for the most part.
Not all the
Does
time.
he not? Yeah, not all the time.
Not all the time. But it's a full contact sport. Full contact. And he's still doing it and made the playoffs. Just saying.
The Nuggets, led by Jamal Murray's 34 points, 7 rebounds, and 4 assists. Triple-double from Nikola Jokic, 14 points, 11 rebounds, 16 assists, 15 points, 7 rebounds, 2 assists from Bruce Brown Jr., 12 points, 2 rebounds, and an assist from Nyshawn Bones Highland, 12 points from Michael Porter Jr., 7 rebounds to go along with that. Aaron Gordon contributed with 9 points, 10 rebounds. Kentavious Caldwell-Pope, 16 points, 3 rebounds, 3 assists against his old team. For the Lakers, they was led by Russell Westbrook's 25 points, 7 rebounds, 7 assists. 15 points, 1 rebound, 1 assist from Kendrick Nunn. 17 points, 10 rebounds from Thomas Bryant, who has been serviceable in the absence of AD. So when AD comes back, which we'll talk about shortly, that should make for a good backup. 14 points, 3 rebounds, 1 assist from Max Christie, as he's called up from the G League. Who has Dennis Schroeder, 14 points, 3 rebounds, 4 assists. 9 points, 5 rebounds for Wayne Gabriel. As the Lakers fall to the Denver Nuggets at the score of 109-122, to which puts them just behind. It's not too far. They were streaking for a second. That loss drops them just below Dallas. From Jazz, as they were currently in the 1-1 seed, chasing the Blazers with 1 game out of the 10th spot. So I think I like our chances now when AD and LeBron decide to come back. Like Donovan was saying earlier, when we first started off in the NBA segment, KD expected to be sidelined for a month, 4 weeks, what do you think that does for your offense, Bishop, for the team? Or y'all, you think y'all good? You think y'all can pull it out?
Yeah, I think that's gonna force Kyrie to get in his bag and show why he's that dominant threat for the Nets. I think Kyrie is gonna be able to make that happen by going in while KD is going and try and hold it down. Will we win all the games? Well, of course not. Probably not without KD in the lineup. However, I do feel like Kyrie will be able to do enough to get us, over the hump and probably a little bit over 500 in the games in which KD gonna miss.
Mm-hmm.
So I think we'll be all right, man. I think we'll be all right. We definitely need Ben Simmons to step his game up for sure. If he could help miss for those missed for those points that are going to be missed, being that KD's out, because we definitely gonna miss at least 29 points, 30 points, something like that, averaging something like that. So with that, we're gonna need Ben Simmons to give us some help in that area. But we'll see, man. We'll see. We will see. It all depends on who we play it too. While KD's out, which which I'm sure there's gonna be some relative teams that's gonna give us a run. But I think we'll be all right.
Uh, Additionally, of course, with that, Steph Curry is expected to be back today, as he's been out on his with his injury. So that's looking promising for Golden State coming back, especially as them as a dominant road team. They get Steph Curry back. Anthony Davis is expected back at one point, so that's looking good. I'm very sure him and LeBron getting back together to start to rebuild that chemistry in which they had that was started to get them to winning, stringing along games is going to be very advantageous. Um, the Clippers are currently on a 6-game streak. I think they have a game tonight, actually. The Clippers.
Let me
Yes,
see.
they play the Mavericks tonight, last 9:30 game. Just the other games to be played tonight, the Detroit Pistons face off against the 76ers. The Miami Heat will host the Oklahoma City Thunder. The Toronto Raptors will be hosting the
Hornets.
Charlotte Hornets. Utah Jazz will be hosting the Cleveland Cavaliers. The Golden State Warriors will be hosting the Phoenix Suns. The Trailblazers will take on the Magic in Oregon, and lastly, the Los Angeles Clippers and the Dallas Mavericks as well in that game. So of course that's starting to look very promising. Let me see. I thought I had something. Oh, you know what? Go back real quick. The conversation in college. Yesterday, the 2023 college football Hall of Fame class was announced. Of course, coaches Monte Carter, uh, Ray Kramer, Mark Richt, and Paul Johnson were announced. Of course, Paul Johnson, Georgia Southern, Navy, and Georgia Tech. Mark Richt, Georgia, and Miami. Roy Kramer, Central Michigan, and Monte Carter, Lakeland, and Shepherd. For the players, a bevy of players in which we do know. Eric Berry, defensive back from University of Tennessee. Uh, D'Angelo Williams, running back, University of Memphis. We knew D'Angelo played for the Pittsburgh Steelers. Brian Westbrook, Bishop, shout out to
Let's go.
Brian Westbrook,
Stand up, Eagles.
running back from Villanova University, former Eagle. Um, Michael Bishop, from quarterback from Kansas State University, he gets a nod into the College Football Hall of Fame. Dwight Freeney, defensive end from Syracuse. Troy Vincent, defensive back, University of Wisconsin. Tim Tebow, quarterback
Yeah, I saw that he
from
found out.
Florida.
He found out he made it. Yeah.
Corey Moore, defensive lineman, Virginia Tech. Michael Stonebreaker, a linebacker, University of Notre Dame. LaMichael James, running back from University of Oregon.
Oregon. I
Eric,
remember Michael James.
yeah, Michael. Yeah, he was pretty good during that time. Luke Kuechly, linebacker, Boston College. Bill Collier, defensive tackle, Montana State University. Jeremy Macklin. Macklin was pretty
Before he used to
good.
be with the Eagles
Yeah,
out of Missouri, right?
Yeah, he was a backup. He's going as a wide receiver, but he was also the quarterback for Missouri for
Right.
Mizzou at one point.
Yep.
Terrence Mathis, wide receiver, University of New Mexico. Bryant McKinney, outside tackle for University of Miami. Uh, Johnson Lakeland. Robert Gallery, outside tackle for University of Iowa, and of course the greatest of them all, in my opinion,
Of course. ETU.
Reggie Bush, running back, University of Southern California. Congratulations to you all, to all the
Yeah, congrats. Except for me.
inductees.
Oh, did you hear that? My bad. I didn't think you heard
I was
that.
about to say Reggie Bush has been greater than anyone y'all have produced.
He has not been greater than Adrian Peterson. I'll wait. You can sit there and fix your mouth and your face any type of way. He has not been better than Adrian Peterson, bro. I'll wait. And anybody on here that I'll take anybody, he has not. I was hoping you were saying that. I had that in the bag waiting. In the bag. I knew who out of Oklahoma did better than Reg. I was waiting. AP, baby. AP. Don't worry. I'll wait. It's taking you a minute. What's taking so long? You kind of. Hold on. Let me check my screen. Oh, I thought you for a minute. I thought you was frozen. I thought you was frozen. Yes, he has not.
So,
ain't no.
Adrian had a better pro career than him, without a doubt.
I don't know about college career. Okay. He had a better college career too, bro. Are you freaking serious? Yes, he did.
Is Adrian Peterson a Heisman Trophy winner?
No, he's not. He is not. However,
Reggie Bush is.
He is, but he shouldn't be. He shouldn't be. He's one of them. He's another USC Trojan who should not have gotten the Heisman.
That's a lie. I can understand maybe if you said Matt Leinart, but not Reggie Bush. Definitely is not that. How dare you even fix your mouth for such blasphemy?
I like him because he got smashed versus my Eagles, man. He got popped. That one time he got he was with the Saints. He got popped so hard. I think that made him leave NFL. When soon after that, Reggie's like, I'm done. I'm going up in the booth. Y'all got room up for me up there? I'm coming. I'm coming. He got popped, boy. Well, I think it was Daryl. I'm Daryl. I think it was Brian Dawkins. Boy, they popped him. Woo. That man saw stars. Got the marbles knocked loose. Bishop, who had a better college career? Adrian Peterson, without question.
And Jason White, he won a Heisman.
He did, but he was y'all. No. Here we go, boy. Y'all just.
That's when you talk about people winning Heismans that shouldn't have. That's the man right there.
Jason White. I totally agree to that. I give it to Bush.
How the hell did he win a damn?
Yeah, I give it to Bush before I give it to Jason White all day long. Yeah, without
the church's money.
That's all. Look like some.
Matt Leinart deserved it more than Jason White.
I'll even give you that. Jason White did not deserve the Heisman, bro. I give you that. Without question, Jason White did.
You know what, Jason White? I was looking at it the other day. Jason White did exactly what Devontae Smith did. Like, no one was checking for this dude, and all of a sudden he walks away like Jason. It's like, and the Heisman Trophy goes to Devontae Smith. Huh? What? Like, wasn't you the third best receiver on your team? How do you even? It's like, we got to give it to somebody. But okay, yeah. But yeah, congratulations to that class.
Yeah, man, shouts out to that class, man. Man, shouts out. Man, shouts out.
The class of 23.
Man, shouts out.
Reggie Bush, the greatest running back, one of the greatest running backs in college football history.
In the WAC conference, maybe.
in college football history.
In the WAC conference, maybe. In college football history, bro. Really?
All of college
He's,
football.
he's not the top 5 without question. He's not. He's not.
What running backs are better than Reggie Bush?
In college football? Bruh, are we really about to do this? You don't want to do that, Trey. Don't do that. Don't do that. It's too many.
Nah.
He's not in the top 5, bro. He's not. He's not, Trey. Don't do that, man. Don't do that to yourself.
He's. I'm trying to. I mean, at first I was like, okay, Trey, stop playing. But now I think about it, let's.
He's not, Trey. He's not. He's not. Come on. Come on, bro.
Ricky Williams.
Definitely
Barry
not
Sanders,
better. Definitely not
Tony
better.
Dorset.
Definitely
Archie
not
Griffin.
better.
Jim Brown.
Jim Brown. There go 5 right there.
Doak Walker. Marcus Allen.
Marcus Allen, definitely not. That's y'all best. That is y'all's best running back. Right there.
No, OJ. OJ was our running back too.
OJ. I give you. I forgot OJ. Yeah.
Sammy's White Shoe Johnson. We got a couple of them.
Yeah.
Gail Sayers.
Yeah. No. Yeah.
Mike Garrett.
Yeah.
I know they didn't put Ronnie Brown, although Ronnie Brown was pretty good. But Ronnie Brown wasn't good. He wasn't. Sean Alexander. Eddie George. Cadillac Williams.
Cadillac was all right, man.
Yeah, he was all right. He wasn't.
He wasn't all that to me.
Maurice Claret. He was better than Maurice Claret.
Maurice Claret.
Yeah.
He was.
He was all right. He had that 1 year as a Rashawn Shalom. He was better than Rashawn Shalom. Was he better than Sean Anderson? I think he was better than Sean Alexander. Mike Rozier. Monty Ball. Yeah.
Monty Ball wasn't all that. No.
Jim Thorpe. He was all right. I mean, he was.
Jim Thorpe, and we going so far back. No, football wasn't even football like that back then.
But yeah, you might have been right. Marcus Allen probably would. Marcus Allen might have been our best.
Absolutely.
Look at Donovan. Let's do it. I honestly believe he's not too far behind. He's probably in the. I don't know if he's better than Adrian Peterson though. I will say that.
Nah, he's not, bro. He's not. Yeah, I'm not. Like I said, I like Reggie Bush. The boy was nice. I will say he's definitely the top 5 in USC history without question. Definitely top
Oddly
5.
enough, as I was getting ready to go away from it, 5 years ago, Bleacher Report came up with ranking the top 16 college football running backs of all time, in which I haven't looked at yet, but I know as I get ready to glance, number 16, Adrian Peterson. Number 16, 2004, 2006, number 16, Adrian Peterson. Number 15, Jim Thorpe, 1907 to 1908, 1911 to 1912. At number 14, O.J. Simpson, 67 to 68.
Whose is this?
Bleacher Report.
Bleacher Report. Okay.
Number 13, Jim Brown.
Okay.
54 to 56.
Okay. What up, Zach? What up, MA?
At number 12, he was a beast. Ron Dane, 96 to 99. I remember Ron Dane.
I remember Ron Dane.
At number 11, Earl Campbell, 74 to 77.
Yep. Remember Earl. For sure.
At number 10, Marcus Allen, 78 to 81.
Definitely. I said that.
At number 9, Doak Walker, 1945, 1947, and 1949. So he played all 4 years in college. At number 8, Charles White, USC, 1976 to 79. That's 3 Trojans on the list. At number 7, Red Granger, Illinois, 1923 to 25. I wonder if Eric Dickerson will be on here. At number 6, Bo Jackson, Auburn, 85 to 82. Yep. 82 to 85, I mean. At number 5, Tony Dorsett, Pittsburgh. 1973 to 76. At number 4, Archie Griffin, Ohio State, 1972 to 1975. At number 3, Ricky Williams, Texas, 1995 to 98.
Number 2.
Barry Sanders, Oklahoma
Oklahoma
State,
State.
1986 to 60 to 88.
Jim
And
Brown's got
number
to be it.
one,
Jim
not
Brown.
number one, Herschel Walker, Georgia,
Herschel Walker.
1980 to 82.
That's cool.
So
That's
you,
good. Let me tell you this. This is
Reggie Bush.
ESPN ranks college football's top 10 running backs of the last 60 years. So we ain't going all the way back to the 1920s or nothing. This is from 1965, and this was put out in April of last year. Number 10, Reggie Bush, 2003 to 2005. Number 9, Earl Campbell, University of Texas, like you said, from 74 to 77. Number 8, Bo Jackson, Auburn, 82 to 85. Number 7, Mike Rozier, Nebraska, 81 to 83. Number 6, that man Tony Dorsett, TD, Pittsburgh, 73 to 76. Number 5, O.J. Simpson, USC, 67 to 68. Herschel Walker, number 3, Georgia, 80 to 82. Number 2, Archie Griffin, Ohio State, 72 to 75. And then number 1, Oklahoma State's Barry Sanders, 86 to 88. And that is the ESPN's ranks of college football's top running backs since 1965. There you have it. So they got him in the top. They got him. ESPN has him in the top 10. At 10. At
Number 10. He did damage, man. I mean, he definitely.
Like I said, he was the truth. I'm not gonna lie. Reggie Bush. Like I said, I liked him. He was a good dude. Could run. He
take over a game.
Yeah, he was that dude. I definitely don't deny that fact at all. Bush played in 3 straight national championships, 2-time finalists for Heisman, won kick returns
Bush
and punt
returns.
returns.
3 straight national championships.
And an excellent wide receiver out the backfield. Absolutely. Totally agree with Don. Totally agree.
Yeah, he was. They used to,
he probably
one
of the best running back.
It's unfortunate his career got, cut short the way it did.
Yeah, he was probably one of the best. He was probably one of the ones that came out.
I think running back is a dying breed, honestly. I think that's
but he was one of the ones that came out and started solidifying running back wide receivers. Like, he was that guy that came out and was like, well, like, dude, if you got a running back who can run and catch the ball well, he was that dude. That's what made Reggie Bush good, is the fact that he had good hands to catch the ball. Yeah. Out the back. Him and Marshall Faulk and what's old boy that used to be with I think he came out of it's right there on the tip of my tongue. Him, Marshall Faulk, Reggie Bush, Marshall Faulk, and what was with the Chargers? Who?
Oh, LaDainian Tomlinson.
I
was about to say Marshall Faulk, but I mean not Marshall Faulk, Curtis Martin, but LaDainian Tomlinson.
LaDainian Tomlinson. Them 3. Those were the 3 top ones that could come out the backfield and catch the ball real well.
So, moving into that pigskin report, Hamlin, Hamlin
went home.
Back home. Continued recovery there. So I guess, like we were saying yesterday, we will see if Buffalo continues to be dominant, we're probably going to see a situation to where he's going to be on. We don't expect him to play anytime soon, but he's definitely going to be on the sideline with his brothers.
Which, like I said yesterday, is scary because these guys got really something to play for, bro. Like, when you have something like that back and you, bro, like, that's worrisome. I'm not gonna front. I'm not gonna lie, bro. I'm not. That's hard to play. That's hard to play against, should I say? That's hard to play against. I'm not gonna lie.
Oh, that type of the emotions and stuff like that.
Yeah, bro. Like,
I don't know. I think what happens is sometimes those emotions will run out on you. So
it can. Yeah, I agree.
It's like fuel.
Yeah, so, it definitely can. It might all been exhausted in that last game that they just played. It may have been. We'll see though. Only time will tell. You know what I'm saying? But we will definitely see. But
I wonder what it's going to feel like for him to have to sit on the sideline and be like, especially when he feel like he got his opportunity, and he was playing. So, but now he might be marred for the rest of the people. Even though it was a freak accident, like the chances of that potentially happening again. But he's probably you think his career is done?
No, man. I'm like I said, I'm waiting to hear what the docs have to say, man. Because like you said, it was a freak accident, but I'm waiting to hear what the docs are saying in regards to his prognosis on whether or not he should be able to play again or ever put on or suit up. But I did hear what one thing I will applaud the Bills organization for is he's still gonna receive his entire
Oh yeah, his check. Yeah.
even being on IR. So
Uh huh.
that's amazing. Shout out
Yeah.
to the
To
Bills
keep.
organization for that.
So of course a bevy of changes in the NFL last
Woo, boy,
yesterday. Of course, we was getting off yesterday. Cardinals fire Cliff Kingsbury.
Kingsbury is out.
He's
You're out of
done
here.
3 years or 4 years in session. Additionally, they didn't fire their GM, but the GM decided to step aside because he has health issues, and
Oh yeah.
which the owner of the Arizona Cardinals basically stated that he's like he just felt like it was that the players the fans deserve better when it comes to uh, the organization and being productive. He said he talked to some of the leaders with the team and made the decision that it was time to remove Cliff Kingsbury. They wasn't going to worry about the financial ramifications. He's like that wasn't saying that was he's like he didn't care about that, even though he just got, I think Cliff Kingsbury just signed an extension that would have took him through 2027.
2027, yeah.
Yeah, and then which him and the GM both signed. So additionally, he came back and said what he did not expect is his GM to come and say that he was moving aside as well. So he's like that was a blow, but he's like in state is uh, the team has to move on. They are searching for a GM and
Hey,
head coach.
head
They
coach,
have
which they
interviews.
just put out Bleacher Report. Well, it was been 16 hours, but Bleacher Report says Kyler Murray will have input on the
Yeah,
Cardinals
on
next
that's the same.
head
Matter of
coach.
fact, it's the same thing they said in they said the same thing for in reference to Devontae Adams and a potential quarterback search
Mm,
that he have insight to who in reference to that. So you have that. Um, of course, three candidates have been interviewed internally for the GM position.
for
So
the
that's
Cardinals
going on. Yeah, for the Cardinals,
already?
three. Yeah,
Damn.
he's
Oh,
already
it must
interviewed
be in
three.
house.
Yeah, three. It's three in house. They gave
Yeah.
two. I know Adrian Johnson was one of them. I forgot the other one, and then they said the other one. They didn't give the name for the other person, which has been interviewed. So they're moving along steadily, trying to find another GM. Of course, that's pertinent when you look at the fact that you have the draft and stuff coming up. So it makes sense to hire to look to get a GM in. Then that GM, of course, unless the owner wants to be persistent in that, or the GM and the owner, bring in the head coach, and then of course allow them to go ahead and work and get to working together, so they can start to formulate, put together a team, look at who they're going to get rid of in free agency, who they want to bring in during free agency, who they're looking at drafting, uh, as well. So all that comes in huge. Come down to it, especially at this time of the season. We all know usually there's a frenzy of coaches or a turnover. Last year we was at 10 teams that had to put coaches in play. Um, this year is only 5, I believe. So half of that. So not too far off, not too bad. Excuse me. I'm sorry. Additionally, the Tennessee Titans, fire 4 assistants, including their offensive coordinator in their organization. Mark Vrabel went ahead and released them. I always wonder, like, at what point does it become to where maybe it's not your offensive coordinators, maybe it's you. When you look at it, in state is you got to take that in consideration. Uh, we look at it, but I'm very sure someone has to follow the sword for the most part. And are you going to get rid of yourself or go to your GM and your owner and be like, I'm inadequate for this position? I should be fired, or do you do self preservation and remove people? that may or may not have been the reason for the debacle, depending on the situation. Um, of course, you have the defensive tackle. Uh, one second. All right, Jalen Carter. Of course, I'm sorry, Jalen Carter, defensive tackle, the all pro defensive tackle um, all pro defensive tackle for the Georgia Bulldogs, has declared for the NFL draft uh, as a sophomore. So he next year going in, he's eligible. After getting hired, he just went up for the promotion. Getting a Texas head coaching job is a step job is a setup job to get fired. I don't know if we would say that Anthony Price. I think they're just looking at some point now. Why Tubby Smith why he got fired after. Excuse me, goodness gracious. Let me take my medicine. Why he got fired after just a year, I don't know. Uh, I think they obviously the owner has something in mind, and he I got nothing. I guess you can say I got nothing. I guess it's just the lay of the land. It just happens to that just happens to be it. I really honestly believe all these coaches who are within reason to get fired are being fired because Sean Payton is out there. Additionally, what you're looking at, in my opinion, um, McVay is going to probably be available, uh, and those are some pretty good people. So I think McVay and Sean Payton are going to be sought after. I think McVay said he doesn't says that he's not against. He doesn't know what his future holds, but he still plans to coach. So that tells me that I might leave this organization, but I'm not going to. But I'm not done coaching. So Tim McVay of Los Angeles Rams is one situation. Of course, Sean Payton coming back is another situation. So you have coaches that are out there. Um, in other coaching news, LaFleur, Hackett, LaFleur, the Green Bay Packers head coach, is open to having Hackett return to the Green Bay Packers, going back to the OC offensive coordinator position or the Packers staff. I ain't gonna say offensive coordinator position because he not, but it's a possibility. So you have that potentially that could go on. As my counterpart comes back in, let me hit him with this question. So, Bishop, I have a question for you, brother.
What's up?
When do you think it is best to fire a head coach or GM during the season?
Whenever you're ready, whenever you choose, whenever you feel like.
Really? Like
Mm-hmm.
you don't think it's kind of it's a sweet spot there because like we was just talking about the final
W.
the
Smith.
Cardinals getting rid of
Oh,
Kingsbury and Kim.
oh yeah.
At this
Yeah.
point, yeah, you got to think this is the off season. You got to start evaluating players. You got to get ready evaluating drafts and all that type of stuff. People have been going out. I'm very sure the head coach gives some insight to who they want them to take a look at when they're scouting and recruiting. I mean, when they're
Mm-hmm.
scouting, like, but you think saying just basically whatever. You just got to live with it and go and go.
Mm-hmm. I do. I feel like because um what are you keeping them for? What are you keeping them around for? Like why give them false hope? If you feel like that they, obviously that like Cliff Kingsbury a 3-14 season or whatever, like come on, bro. Like You had to see that coming, despite the fact that you just signed until 2027 or what, 2028. Obviously, you wasn't finna make it that far because the past 2 seasons you have you'll see that your track record hasn't been good.
He
So
can't second half of the season ain't good for him.
right, so yeah, it's better to and at least they waited till after the season. I mean, they final game. You know what I'm saying? They did wait until their final game before they let him go. But yeah, nope. I say if they not cutting the mustard at the time, cut them, because maybe you can bring someone in who can salvage the rest of the season. In my opinion, it may be possible for that to happen. We saw what what Jeff Saturday won his first 3 games when he came
No,
in.
he did he? I think
I
he
think he
went
won his
one
first.
and
I thought he won his
I think
first
he won two
two.
games, or
Two was it
yeah, I
two?
think he won two
Might have been
games
one or
because
two
he
games.
lost. He won a lot of games. I mean, he lost a lot of games.
He did. He did lost. He lose, but of course, he's not going to be judged for this because he came in mid-season or toward the end of the season. Actually, I think it was what it was after week. What was it? Week 11, somewhere around there when he came in. Jeff
I
Saturday.
wonder does he have interest in trying to throw his name in to be the head coach,
Who?
Jeff Saturday. I
He
wonder
is
is
the
he
head
going to
coach.
interview? No, he's the interim. I think he's going. Yeah.
Right. Yeah, that's a good question. I don't know. I know the Texans fired their head coach. So what's the point in getting him just because he's black? That's a whole nother subject, AP, to be honest with you, bro. We know what happened. Was that last season in regards to black head
Gully.
coach? Hmm.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's a whole nother subject because we know, yeah, that the NFL was probably trying to save face in a way because how things transpired with Gully. Um, so yeah, I mean it's obvious. Lovey Smith had one season under them, one season. Like what could he do with one? He didn't even get a chance to really do no roster moves, bring in new players. Like come on, man, one season removed, mind you, from Deshaun Watson. Come on, man. They set him up for failure. There was no really they again. NFL was trying to save face. They were trying to save face. 1 year removed from Deshaun Watson. You didn't even give him an opportunity to get a true quarterback in to try and make something happen. Davis Mills, y'all know that dude ain't a starter. Y'all know that dude is not a starter. Y'all know that. Lovey's hands was tied when he got in.
Hmm. Uh, so of course, additionally, Brandon Cooks. You see, Brandon Cooks has said he is not interested in being a part of a rebuild. First and foremost, do
Hmm.
Brandon Cooks have that type of pull to
I'm
where he
about
can
to
even?
say, do he got any room to talk about
Yeah, like,
what
bruh,
he
chill.
what he don't want to be a part of?
Like, is he gonna? I mean, I'm very sure he is. I'm about to say, is he going to get any real takers on the market if they decide to release him or let him go because he say he doesn't want to be part of a rebuild?
And he has his own controversy and stuff going on behind Brandon Cooks behind him anyway. So I don't know how you can say something like that. In my personal opinion, I don't. People are already questioning your talent as it is. So for you to come out and say something of that nature, excuse me, it's beyond me. To be honest with you, it's beyond me. I don't know how you have the audacity to say something like that. I get it, freedom of speech, but it's still, you know what I'm saying. I'm just saying.
Well, it took him to rebuild for 3 years.
I'm just saying.
The, so right here, what I have in front of me, Bishop, is the NFL.com's power ranking for the end of the year.
Mm,
Before we go into the playoffs, um, a little shifting in state. Of course, at number 32, the Indianapolis Colts held down their 32nd spot. At number 31, the Chicago Bears
mm.
from 29 to 30
30 got
won.
to be Arizona.
30, Arizona, on point. Arizona held it down at number 30. At number 29, the Houston Texans, who
Makes sense.
moved up from the 31st spot to the first spot, which brings up, but something I won't bring up with you in a second. That's just as briefly spoke on it, but I'll bring it back in a few minutes. At number 28, the Los Angeles Rams.
Wow.
That part.
Wow.
5-12 after a Super Bowl win.
I'm about to say the reigning Super Bowl champions is 20.
I guess the slump is real.
Wow.
They said the hangover for real, for real.
Well, they said I think this is the worst
A Super Bowl
record for
team.
a Super Bowl. Yeah, for a Super Bowl team after winning.
At number 27, the Denver Broncos.
Okay, that makes sense.
At number 20, I want you to keep that same mindset when you say that makes sense. I'm gonna see.
Okay.
At number 26, the Atlanta Falcons.
Okay, that's about right.
At number 25, the Cleveland Browns.
Okay,
at number 20, at number 24, the New Orleans Saints.
Okay.
At number 23, the New York Jets. They had a whole debacle. At 22, the Tennessee Titans.
Okay.
At 21,
I like
the Los
further back, but go ahead.
And, you really? You think so?
Come on, the way Tennessee's been playing the past few weeks, yeah, they should be further back. But go ahead.
At number 21, the Las Vegas Raiders. It's crazy when we look at this, how just over 4 months ago, we was like, oh, these teams and this, that, the third, and look at them now.
Yeah.
21 for the Las Vegas Raiders. At number 20, the Washington Commanders.
Ooh.
At number 19, the New England Patriots. At number 18, the Carolina Panthers.
Okay.
At number 17, the Miami Dolphins.
Ooh. Wow. Wow. Okay.
At number 16, the Seattle Seahawks.
You got to think these was higher than the Dolphins?
Mm-hmm.
Wow. Okay.
At number 15, the Tampa Bay Buccaneers.
I know that. I can see that.
At number 14, the Baltimore Ravens.
Okay.
At number 13, the Pittsburgh Steelers.
Oh, wow. That's a bit high.
At number 12, this one, though, maybe I can get it. At number 12, the Green Bay Packers. At number 11, the New York City Giants.
Okay.
On the top 10, getting to the top 10. Number 10, the Minnesota Vikings.
Okay.
Number 9, the Detroit Lions.
Damn. Lions make the top 10?
I can see this because they went on. They had an 7 or 8 game win streak.
Yeah, I'm not mad at it. I'm not.
At number 8, the Jacksonville Jaguars, another 6 or 7 game win streak.
Not mad at it.
At number 7, the Los Angeles Chargers.
Okay.
At number 6, the Dallas Cowboys.
Okay.
At number 5, the Philadelphia Eagles.
That's bullshit. That's BS. Ooh, that's BS. That is so BS. But go ahead, finish.
At number 4, the Kansas City Chiefs.
Okay.
At number 3, the Cincinnati Bengals.
There's no way the Bengals should be in front of the Eagles. But go ahead.
At number 2, the Buffalo Bills.
Hell no. And I know damn well you ain't been. Hell no.
And at number 1 in the NFL's power ranking to end the season, the San Francisco 49ers. So let's unpack this just a little bit, Bishop. Yeah, and this is why I said keep that same energy.
Once we unpackage it, let's go crumble it up and throw it back and throw it away. They just threw darts at the wall for this rank. Thank you, Zach.
This is why, right? And this is why, right?
Hey, do me a favor, report that page.
So this is why it makes sense.
AP, I
was wondering. I was wondering. I was on y'all. Like, I was like, why? But it makes sense. It really does
No, it
make
don't.
sense.
No, it don't.
This is
Trey.
why it makes sense.
I'm listening.
San Francisco won 10 straight games. 10 straight games. They ain't lost a game since the week 7.
Okay, that don't mean okay.
So they won 10 straight. Correction, week 8. So they won 10 straight games. They were 3-4
prior to
when they started winning,
mm-hmm.
and they finished 13-4.
Okay.
Not to mention, they was on a 5-game win streak when Jimmy Garoppolo went down.
Okay.
They won that game, and
mm-hmm.
then Brock Purdy went on a 5-game win streak himself.
Mm-hmm.
10 games. That is deserving of a number one.
That is not. That is
so.
Not.
Why is that not?
How are y'all just because of that? How are y'all?
Now I had the same energy when y'all was 13-1 or 13-0.
No, you weren't. No, you weren't. No, you weren't. No, you weren't. No, you will not sit here and act like you were. No, you weren't. What I will say, how does that put y'all above Kansas City?
We're on a 10-game win streak.
I care less. How does that put y'all above Kansas City? Y'all record is not better than Kansas City. I don't care what
it's a difference.
I don't care what
you and Kansas City both have the same record. It's only a game that separates both of us.
Then there's
the only thing difference is where Kansas City beat us head to head.
There's no that point right there.
That was the last game we lost.
That point right there. So there's no way
that was the last game we lost.
There's no way y'all should be in front of Kansas City. There's no way. Let me see something real quick. Let me look at something. I want to see something.
That's why Detroit is so high, because Detroit was on a win streak. Jaguars win streak. It just wasn't as great as that.
Hold on. Let me look at something. Hold on. Number 3. Hold on 1 second. 4, 5. Okay, 5.
The Eagles have a bye and home field advantage, but it is the 49ers
7.
who profile has the teams most likely to win out the NFC.
Hold on. 8. 9. Hold on, one. There's something right here. 9. Is that it? Hold on. Okay. Kansas City lost 1 game since then. 1. The last time they lost the game right after they beat y'all. That's the game they lost. That's it. And then they went on a 9-game winning streak. They went on a 9-game win. They lost the game right after beating y'all, and they went on a 9-game winning streak. While the last game, which, like you said, they beat y'all. How in the world? And plus, they have a better record. How in the world are they How in the world are y'all above them? No. In the game they lost, let's see. Hold on. Let me see who they lost to. Was it a formidable team? Because y'all quick to
No, it wasn't.
Oh, well, I'm about to see. Who did they? Oh, hold on. Who they lose to? Who was that? I just saw it. They lost to. Hold on. They lost to. Where is that?
They lost to the Titans. No, they didn't lose to the Titans.
No, they beat the Titans.
They lost to the Bengals on week 13.
A formidable team. Week 13? No, not week 13.
Yeah.
Week 13 was week 13?
Mm-hmm. They lost to the Bengals.
That was a formidable team. That was a formidable team. Y'all last loss was to Kansas City, and then hold on, let's see who y'all played. Y'all played the Dolphins. Y'all played the Saints. Nobody. Y'all beat the no. Y'all beat the Cardinals. Nobody.
We beat them twice because we just beat them in the season.
I got you. Y'all beat the Cardinals, which are nobody because they got a 3-14 record. Y'all beat the Chargers. You see where they were. Y'all beat the Titans. Y'all. Oh no, not the Titans. Y'all, not the Titans. My fault. That wasn't the Titans. Not the Titans. Who y'all beat this week?
We beat the Cardinals.
No. Y'all beat the Rams. Oh no. I'm looking at the last time. Hold on, I went too far. Hold on. When the last time when y'all play? When y'all play? When did y'all play KC? Week what?
Kansas City was week 7.
Okay, so week 7. Like I said, okay, so week 7, y'all beat the Saints. Y'all beat after that. Y'all beat the Dolphins. Okay. Y'all beat the Bucks.
Mm-hmm.
Y'all beat the
Them
Seahawks.
Bucks.
Y'all beat the Seahawks.
Mm-hmm. Beat the Commanders.
Y'all beat the Commanders.
And the Raiders.
The Raiders.
And the
Come on, bro.
We beat 4.
Come on, bro. There's no way y'all
we beat 4 playoff teams after we lost to the Kansas City in so. But hold on right now, right? So like you said that
y'all
like
beat
we
4
did,
and y'all lost and y'all beat 4 and then y'all beat 4 and then y'all beat 4 playoff teams, but then y'all also beat 4 non-playoff teams.
yes, but we set up we lost 23-44 to the Kansas City Chiefs. The game before that, we lost 14-28 to the Atlanta Falcons.
Right. To the Atlanta Falcons.
Yes, we lost to and then you gotta think we also lost to the Denver. Like some of the games, we lost to the Chicago Bears, the Atlanta Falcons, the Denver Broncos, and the Kansas City Chiefs. In which
and y'all should be in front of the Chiefs.
At least three of them teams we probably shouldn't have lost to.
Got you, shouldn't have, but y'all did. It ain't about what you shouldn't have did, but what you did.
Yes, so we lost
how
to
do
them.
you? So then how do you?
We went on a 10-game win streak in which we beat the Rams 31-14. We beat the Chargers.
And the Rams are ranked
play a 5th seed.
Hold on, but where the Rams at in the power rankings?
They're in the lower 26.
Thank you. So again, nobody's.
We beat the 6th seeded, currently 6th seeded AFC playoff team, the Chargers, 22-16. Then we beat the Cardinals 38-10.
3-14.
The Saints. We beat the Saints 13-0. We blanked them. Okay. We smacked up the Dolphins 33-17.
Okay.
Brock Purdy smacked up the Dolphins 33-17.
Okay.
Brock Purdy smacked up the AFC, the NFC South Division champions 35-7. Brock Purdy smacked up the 7th seed, second team in the NFC West Seahawks 21-13, which now I have worries about. Then we smacked up the Washington Commanders 37-20. The Raiders took it to us 37-34.
That part.
And then we just beat the Cardinals 38-13.
Yeah.
And now we have a first round game at home versus the Seattle Seahawks.
Oh, Seattle Seahawks. I'm sorry. Yeah.
Yes.
Y'all don't deserve to be in front of the Kansas City Chiefs, bro. Y'all don't. You know that. You know that. There's no way y'all should be in front of the
I think they're placed perfectly.
Of course you do. Of course you do. Of course you do. I mean, I wouldn't expect anything else from the fact that you said that. I expected that. But y'all, there's no way y'all should be in front of Kansas City. But it is what it is. We know these people they lost in the sauce. They are lost in the sauce, bro. That is crazy. They've been getting it wrong. The Power Rick they've been getting it wrong except for a couple of weeks in the season.
I think they did pretty well.
No, I think they was off.
Hopefully going forward, they will continue to get some type of energy. A whole different ball game now.
It is. Yep, it's definitely a different ball game now, for sure. This is no longer what happened in the regular season is irrelevant.
Has no bearing on what's going to go on over the course of the next.
It's a 0-0 slate. Yep, 0-0 slate now. It's irrelevant. That is fact. Sure.
So of course we glad y'all tapped in with us, looked into us, started off the week right with a bang with the CFP College Football Championship game, the throttling that University of Georgia gave is going to have the Georgia fans on one the rest of the year. Um, nah, that's not going to happen, Donovan. That's
What's
not going to
that?
happen. He said if Purdy wins the Super Bowl, he's getting locked into a big contract, and Trey Lance is going to send the bitch.
I keep telling him this dude that, man, but he's stuck on this Trey Lance, bro. He's stuck on this Trey Lance, but he really, like, for real, bro. I don't know why he's stuck on Trey Lance like that, but it is what it is. I said the exact same thing.
He would have to win the Super Bowl. Besides that, they're probably going to take a look.
He has to win. Why does he have to win a Super Bowl? Why?
Because they're not going to throw that money out the door like that.
Why not? He's obviously doing enough. Yeah, I would definitely consider it without question.
Okay, so I think it would be risk for me to say they're not going to consider it, but I think that's why I say he has to win the Super Bowl. That's the only logical thing that's going to put him in position to where it's like, well, we're going to go ahead and go with Brock Purdy.
No.
He has to win the Super Bowl. He's probably going to get some time in the beginning of the season because Trey is going to still be recovering and hasn't been in game speed or whatever case like that. But I don't foresee a situation to where Brock Purdy dispatches and knocks off Trey Lance to become the starter.
This man, you just sat here. Think about what you just said. You just sat here and said this man went on a 10-game winning streak.
5-game winning streak.
Oh, I'm sorry, 5-game winning streak. A 5-game winning streak to keep them in playoff contention. Mm-hmm. And you sitting here and telling me that there's not a quarterback controversy over there? You not crazy as hell, man. That's crazy.
Not yet. Because Trey Lance hasn't had an opportunity to really play.
He had an opportunity. Yes, he did. He had an opportunity. He should.
He broke his leg in the second game of the week.
I'm talking about the games before that when he played. When Garoppolo was out, he had that opportunity. He
played 2 games. He played 2 games and broke his leg. Garoppolo played. So within those 2 games, he played 1 game. He broke his leg in the Chicago game, which was the second week. Garoppolo took over and lost 2 games, and then he won 5, put 5 together after that, and then Garoppolo goes out with a broken foot, and then Brock Purdy takes over and won the next 5 games after that. So it's it's safe to say that Trey Lance still has an opportunity. Based on that. Now I'm not gonna say the light is getting dim. I'm not gonna say the light's not getting dim, but it really depends. I think depending upon what Brock Purdy does over the course of the postseason is going to determine what it looked like.
I'm telling you right now,
it's hard if he was the Super Bowl for them not to come back to him
into the playoffs. If Brock Purdy takes them deep into the playoffs, bro, there is no way you sit there and allow that man not to be considered.
What did y'all do? What did y'all do with Carson Wentz after Nick Foles won the Super Bowl? Nick Foles ended up in another city.
And what did I say? And look what happened. And what did I say? I said that. What I said, do not start. Why you have so much, just like you have so much faith in Trey right now? I said, why are y'all putting all this faith? We understood what he did. See, but the difference between Carson Wentz and Trey is the fact that Carson Wentz got Nick Foles in position.
He got them to he put them 10 games.
Right.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. He didn't have a chance. He hasn't had an opportunity.
I got that. But what the fact of the matter is, Purdy is putting them in position.
Basically, it's the same thing. Because it's what happens.
Exactly.
What I
see is the same thing. Why would you go away from Purdy and go to trade in?
So what the difference is? Trey Lance hasn't had an opportunity to play to put them in position. So what is going on is it was Jimmy Garoppolo. Jimmy Garoppolo is not going to be in San Francisco next year. He's going to pull stakes. He's going to go ahead and go per the contract of what you got. He only did 1 year, and unfortunately he got injured, but he could potentially walk away as a Super Bowl quarterback, a Super Bowl winning quarterback, and then go on to someone else in state and just put another ring because he has rings from New England as well already. Then what happens is now Trey Lance and Brock Purdy are put in position to have to go at it. But the difference is just like with Nick Foles and just like with Carson Wentz, is Nick Foles won the Super Bowl and then he was shipped off to somewhere else in the next season.
Mm-hmm.
Brock Purdy is under contract with the 49ers because they drafted him. He's a rookie. He's under contract.
Right.
So I think like what's going to happen is Trey Lance is going to be in his third year. So just like Trey Lance, what's going to happen is Trey Lance is going to come back as a presumable starter. They're going to compete. Trey might end up winning out, and then you let him play, and then you keep Brock Purdy on standby. I don't think they're going to sit their third round choice, in which they gave up 3 first round draft picks for, sit him down when he's on the only reason he hasn't played is because of the injury. He lost the game. He was in the important process of playing the second game in which they lost.
He lost some games in his first season too. He
ain't played. He only played sparingly.
But he lost. He still lost.
He lost, I think, 1 game, won 1, lost 1.
He still lost. Where Brock Purdy is still on a 5-game winning streak and still going. The numbers, I mean, when you look at the numbers, they don't lie, man. Like when it's all said and done, it's pretty much the same predicament. Brock Purdy is Brock Purdy was our Carson Wentz. Brock Purdy, unless he gets injured, God forbid he gets injured, something happens to him, then I could see Trey Lance coming in if he's able to go. But right now, Brock Purdy has the hot hand. Why would you remove Brock Purdy from the hot hand? That's the problem where we made our mistake. Yeah, Carson had the hot hand. He came in, he got us to where we needed to be, where Nick Foles could take over and get us to the Super Bowl and win the Super Bowl. However, my personal opinion, I stated, why are we starting Carson Wentz? Well, it was cool. You know what? I didn't. I said it was cool. Let's see. But when Carson Wentz came in that season and wasn't playing well, I said, well, why are we playing Carson Wentz when we had that time? By that time, we had Jalen Hurts because we had shipped Nick Foles off. Why are we playing Carson Wentz? He's not playing well at all. Why are we continuously playing this dude? Doug Peterson felt like he was the go-to guy, like you're saying about Trey Lance. Stick with him. No. And that's why we faltered that the following season after the Super Bowl, because we stuck with Carson Wentz, and we shouldn't have. Mind you, Carson Wentz ships out, Jalen Hurts comes in. Look where we are now. That's the same thing in which y'all should do with Brock Purdy. If he has the hot hand, and if he takes, and I don't feel like he necessarily needs to win a Super Bowl. I don't think that's the case. I feel like if he takes y'all deep into the playoffs, there's no way. Mind you, yes, him and Trey should battle for the starting position. If Brock Purdy beats him out, Brock Purdy beats him out. No ifs, ands, or buts about it, because when it's all said and done, Brock Purdy's track record in the NFL is better than Trey Lance's.
It is. He's 5-0 in the NFL. Trey Lance is 4-4 in the NFL.
But
those 4 losses, Trey Lance only came in at the end of it, so he was accredited with it. He only actually played, out of those 8 games, he's only actually played 4 of those games in which he's 3-1. Okay. In those games in which he outright came in and played, he's 3-1. So, but technically he's 4-4 in the league. So, I mean, it's some stuff to be seen, but we're going to see. I definitely see. I just really think Brock Purdy has to win the Super Bowl in order to really be considered on being the 49ers starter come next year.
I don't think he has to win. That's just like saying that's almost saying like saying whatchamacallit had to win the Super Bowl to continue to be the starter.
Who, Foles?
No,
I'm
Joe
about to say
Burrow.
he did. Oh, Joe Burrow?
No, Joe Burrow. Joe Burrow played well. He made it to the Super Bowl. They lost. They still stuck with him. Trey Lance is either going to be backup or traded just because Purdy is showing big potential versus Trey Lance. And that's what I say. I say right now that's definitely a question mark. But like Trey said, we'll see. Time will tell.
We're going to say, of course, it's saying that the time is going to tell. The time's telling us that that's it for today. We greatly appreciate rocking with y'all. We look forward to see y'all tomorrow morning as we get to talk about it. It's hump day and go from there. Y'all know a couple of days we'll be making our picks for the playoffs.
First round.
Playoffs. Yes.
Wild card.
Correct. Wild card. Y'all enjoy your Tuesday. Eat some tacos for us.
Tuesday.
This should be last words before we get out here, bro.
Man, y'all have a blessed Tuesday. Enjoy, like Trey said, enjoy a taco. More me shit. Send mad shouts out to my wife.
Appreciate it, Alvin.
Want to send mad shouts out to my wife's grandmother. Today's her 80th birthday. Shouts out to her.
Happy birthday. Happy
birthday to her, man. We appreciate y'all once again, as I always say, man. We are not first formation if it isn't for the Zacks, the Alvins, the LaStantons, you know what I'm saying, the Anthony Prices, the Don Dons, and all of these others, you know what I'm saying, Henry Dozier, all Key Williams, Andre Farrell, all of y'all. We thank y'all so much. Continue to do what y'all do. Continue to watch us Monday through Friday, 09 to 11 a.m. For you civilian personnel, that's 9 a.m. to 11 a.m. Central Standard Time. We love y'all. Y'all stay safe. Enjoy y'all Tuesday. And we will see y'all tomorrow. Psi World Fire Military Fraternity Incorporated. Y'all be easy. Peace.